Chosen one. They tried to humble you and ended up losing respect for themselves instead. What was meant to break you turned into their mirror moment. They wanted to dim your light just enough to feel taller in their own shadow, but the universe doesn't play that way. The plan backfired instantly. The spotlight they tried to steal only revealed their own insecurity. For some of you, this happened publicly. They wanted witnesses, but the only thing on display was their embarrassment. You didn't even have to defend yourself. Grace did it for you. Now they replay that moment in their head, cringing at how foolish they looked coming for someone divinely protected. Because chosen one, when people try to humble what's already pure, they only end up exposing their own shortcomings. Behind that tent, there's something you can't see yet. There's about to be a new respect. Somebody is going to step correct from now on. This happened in public, in front of a lot of people. It's a gain of respect in public for a lot of people to witness. Prepare for action. It's a new way you're stepping in, a new move. Some of you are going to a new land, a new area. You're taking this charm, you're taking this allure to new places, or because you passed some type of test, now you get this new beginning. Something is brewing for you because you know who you are. You finally reached that status. Whatever you were called to do, you are doing it well and looking good while you're doing it. Because of that, the heavens are pleased. You are master of your emotions. Now you are in control. You've got people feeling very small because you have gained this status. You made it. Your new beginning awaits. What you can't see is what's happening behind closed doors. This person is experiencing loss of respect for self. Other people around this person lost respect too. It's like, what were you thinking? People are asking that question. What were you thinking when you tried that? This isn't even the full picture yet. There's more unfolding that you haven't seen. The ripples of this moment are spreading wider than you realize. Each ripple is bringing something back to you, something valuable, something you've earned. Here's what's good about all of this, a harmonious mix of chemistry and sparks. Someone didn't know who you were when walking up and thinking about checking this enchanting starlet. The thought was about getting ready to humble you. Instead, falling in love happened. That's why regret came. For some of you, this whole behind-the-scenes thing wasn't said to your face. Someone tried to humble you behind the scenes. Someone else said, no, 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 no. You got it wrong. That's not who that is. Let me show you. A phone got pulled out. An article got pulled out. Your social media got pulled up. The statement was no, no, no. That's not who that is. A whole group of people got shown. No, you got it wrong. That's who this person really is. Love happened. What's the good thing? It's no beef. You're going to have a chance encounter. This is connected. No beef. You dispelled everything. Even in the Bible it says a soft answer turns away wrath. Your demeanor, your whole energy is just like, calm down, baby. What you mad for? It instantly melts somebody. Love is present. Love at first sight energy happening here. This is your power. You tapped into divine powers. It's not just about looking good. It's actual power that comes with being tapped into that frequency. You're finally getting it. You're finally understanding what you carry. But there's something else, something that should have been watched out for. Something that would have saved someone from this embarrassment, if only the knowledge had been there, if only the homework had been done, if only understanding existed about who you really are. You're the divine guardian of financial abundance. This person is used to very hard-working boss energy, which is fine if you're a ruler in that area. But this person wanted to humble you because maybe you aren't necessarily that loud boss energy. Maybe you're not about the bag in that obvious way. Generational wealth moves differently. Maybe you're more beautiful or something. Maybe you do physical work. It's two different types of energy. Somebody had you messed up. Somebody had you mistaken for one type of person when you're really a different type of person. Remember earlier when someone was pulling out the phone saying, no, 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 not this type of person. That's not what you think. Really like this. Chatter behind the scenes. Somebody is trying to get the information. Somebody had one way of looking at you, thinking of you. Then a quick humbling happened, and realization came. Oh, you're somebody else entirely. This energy is perfectly fine anywhere else. That's that power. But in this situation, a mocking voice existed. Boss chick. I make money. I don't need this. I'm independent. Look at my business. You know, it was messed up. One of those mocking voices about you. Somebody had you completely messed up. But learning is happening quickly. And this learning process, it's not gentle, it's not private, it's happening in front of everyone who matters. And that's by design. The universe doesn't do anything randomly. When you're chosen, when you're protected, when you're operating in your purpose, the universe makes examples out of people who try to block you. Not because it's cruel, but because it's instructional for that person, for you, for everyone watching. In the coming time, here's what's happening with this energy. You get to unleash your creativity. You know what I'm getting. You get to have fun. You get to relax. You were saying something to the person like, yeah, you know, calm down. What you mad for? You're cool. Because of that, you get a new beginning. With this new beginning, you get to kind of relax more, have fun more. You go to the office, you've got to wear this professional outfit, then you go and you get hired at some type of different situation where different attire is needed. It's fun like that. It's a completely different atmosphere that causes you to be different. If this message speaks to your soul, hype this video so other chosen ones can discover it. For some of you, it's almost like a reward. You've reached this status, you reached this position. It may have cost you a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of energy to really go within and become this greater fun version. Now you get to live that out. New financial opportunities are emerging. A lot of doorways are opening up for you because you have graduated. You have learned how to really take yourself seriously and hone into that divine energy, allowing that to keep you grounded, make different decisions that lead you to greater places. You've mastered one thing. I don't see this person either coming back or being back around. I feel like it's a graduation type thing. Or if someone does come back around again, it's no beef. Love is there. You diffused a bomb. You disarmed somebody. You completely humbled somebody that thought about humbling you. In a way, it was like a rite of passage. It was to show the universe, to show the divine, that you're ready for what comes next. And you absolutely are. You look beautiful walking into what's coming next. Let's talk about what really happened in that moment. The moment when everything flipped. You didn't just deflect the attack. You didn't just defend yourself. You transformed the entire situation. This is mastery. This is what happens when you've done the inner work and it becomes instinctive. Someone came at you with an agenda, with prepared words, with calculated intent to make you feel small. And what did you do? You stayed so centered, so graceful, so authentically powerful that the words lost all meaning. The attack dissolved in the face of your presence. This wasn't weakness disguised as strength. This was actual strength that doesn't need to prove itself. When you know who you are, really know it deep in your bones, other people's opinions become background noise. Attempts to humble you become opportunities for you to demonstrate your evolution. The people watching saw something rare. You operate from a completely different frequency. Most people would have gotten defensive. Most people would have snapped back. Most people would have let ego take over. But not you. You stayed in your power. The kind of power that's quiet but undeniable. Think about what that moment revealed. Not just to others but to yourself. You didn't know you had that level of composure until it was tested. You didn't realize how far you'd come until someone tried to drag you back to where you used to be and discovered you're not that person anymore. This is what growth looks like in real time. Not in a meditation session, not in a journal entry, but in the actual fire of confrontation where your true nature gets revealed. And your true nature, it's unshakable, it's graceful, it's powerful beyond what even you understand about yourself. The fact that this happened publicly matters more than you might think. The universe doesn't stage public demonstrations without reason. This needed witnesses. Your vindication required an audience. The humiliation needed to be seen so that the message would spread. Don't mess with this one. protected. The people who witnessed this moment are carrying that story forward, telling others, sharing what got seen, not gossip, but testimony. A masterclass in how to handle negativity with grace got witnessed. Living proof got seen that you don't have to fight fire with fire, that sometimes water puts out the flame more effectively. Some of these witnesses are now defending you in rooms you'll never enter, correcting narratives about you that you'll never hear, shutting down gossip before it gains momentum, protecting your reputation because your character in action got seen. Others are falling into a different kind of love with your energy. Respect love, admiration love, the kind that makes people want to be in your orbit, want to learn from you, want to collaborate with you, want to elevate with you. This is how your tribe expands, not through networking events or social media strategies, but through authentic moments where your true character shines so bright that people can't help but be drawn to it. You're attracting your people without even trying, just by being yourself at the highest frequency. Meanwhile, the person who tried to humble you is dealing with a different kind of attention. People are questioning judgment, character, motives. Analysis is happening, and lack is being found. And this person did this to self. What you didn't have to campaign against anyone. You didn't have to turn people against anyone. Your grace did all the work. The approach wasn't just toward you. The approach was toward someone who's divinely protected. There's a covering over your life that couldn't be seen. Spiritual forces that weren't accounted for. Angelic backup that wasn't known to exist. When you're operating in your purpose, when you're aligned with your calling, when you're doing what you were put on this earth to do, you don't walk alone. You're backed. You're covered. You're protected in ways that transcend the physical realm. This is why the attack backfired so spectacularly. The approach came at you in the natural, but your defense was supernatural. The thought was this is a human versus human situation, but it was really human versus heaven. And heaven doesn't lose. You've been chosen for something specific. A mission that requires you to be protected from those who would try to stop you. Not because you're perfect, not because you never make mistakes, but because your assignment matters. Your calling has cosmic significance. Your purpose affects more than just you. So when someone tries to humble you, the attempt isn't just about hurting your feelings. The attempt is about delaying your destiny, blocking your blessing, interfering with a plan that was set in motion before you were born. And the universe doesn't allow that. The humiliation experienced wasn't punishment. It was a correction. It was the natural consequence of opposing divine will. It was the universe's way of saying, back off. This one is mine. This one is protected. This one is going places you can't stop from being reached. Someone looked at you and completely misread what was being seen. This is the danger of making surface-level judgments about deep-level people. One aspect got seen, and the thought was understanding the whole picture. The presentation got seen, and the thought was knowing the substance. Maybe kindness got seen, and weakness got assumed. Maybe beauty got seen, and vanity got assumed. Maybe peace got seen, and pushover got assumed. Maybe creativity got seen, and impracticality got assumed. Maybe spirituality got seen, and disconnection from reality got assumed. What didn't get seen was the work you've put in, the healing you've done, the therapy sessions, the midnight prayers, the journal entries, the hard conversations with yourself, the boundaries you've set, the patterns you've broken, the generational curses you've ended. The warrior underneath the grace didn't get seen, the steel underneath the silk, the fire underneath the calm, the strategy underneath the spontaneity, the wealth underneath the simplicity, the power underneath the gentleness. You're not what you appear to be on the surface. You're so much more. Layers upon layers of complexity, depth, experience, wisdom, and strength. You're a universe contained in a body, a mystery that reveals itself slowly to those who take the time to really see you. This person didn't take that time. Assumptions got made. Action happened on incomplete information. Movement occurred without understanding the full picture. And that ignorance cost dearly. Now knowledge exists. Now everyone knows. You're not the one to try. You're not the one to test. You're not the one to underestimate. You're operating on a different frequency, playing a different game, living in a different dimension. Let's talk about what's happening in that person's mind right now. Because the regret being felt isn't just surface-level embarrassment. It's deep. It's consuming. It's the kind of regret that keeps someone up at night, replaying the moment over and over. Questions are being asked internally about why the mouth even opened, why the need felt strong to comment on your life, why the right seemed to exist to try and humble someone barely understood. And the answers being found aren't making anyone feel better. Some are realizing jealousy existed, that what got disguised as concern or correction was really just envy, dressed up in acceptable language. Something in you got seen that someone wishes possession of, and instead of working on self, tearing you down, got attempted. Now sitting with that ugly truth about self is happening. Others are realizing insecurity existed, that the attempt to humble you was really about making themselves feel bigger by making you feel smaller. But backfire happened because you refused to shrink, and now feeling even smaller than before is happening because everyone saw insecurity on full display. Still others are realizing simple misjudgment occurred. The thought was, you're an easy target, someone who would crumble under pressure, someone who would get emotional and defensive, someone who would give the reaction being hoped for. Instead you gave grace, being hoped for. Instead you gave grace, and grace is harder to fight against than anger. Grace exposes aggression. Grace reveals who's really in control. The worst part is knowing undoing can't happen. Going back in time and keeping your mouth shut can't happen. Rewinding and choosing a different response can't happen. Living with the consequences of the choice to come for you is stuck in reality, and those consequences include everyone now seeing differently. People who used to respect are questioning that respect. People who used to trust judgment are wondering if trust can still exist. People who used to see mature and wise now see petty and insecure. Reputation took a hit because a shot got taken at yours, and that's poetic justice. Look, you already know the attacks weren't random, and if you're paying attention, you can feel it. Their walls are closing in, so let's talk about what we're doing about it. That's why I built Destiny Engine. It generates personalized sequences that help you rewire betrayal into transcendence, turn isolation into sacred power, and transform their downfall into your rise. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programmed competition and scarcity and repurposing it to serve cooperative intelligence. The beauty is, you don't even have to lift a finger. You put on the headphones, press play, and your subconscious is rewired while your enemies collapse under the weight of their own lies. This is why I created it in the beginning, so everything they did to break you becomes fuel for your purpose. The collective upgrade is underway. Start your Destiny Engine for $1 today and watch divine justice accelerate in your life. Link in the description. What's fascinating is how the group dynamics shifted after this moment. Before this happened, maybe some level of social power existed. Maybe people listened when speaking happened. Maybe opinions carried weight. Maybe influence existed in shared circles. But now, that power is diminished. That influence is weakened. People are less likely to blindly agree, less likely to take words at face value, less likely to follow leadership without question. Because poor judgment got shown, a character flaw got revealed, demonstration happened that discernment isn't as sharp as people thought. Meanwhile, your social capital increased. People who were neutral about you are now leaning in your direction. People who barely knew you are now curious about you. People who might have believed negative things about you now question those narratives. You gained allies without even trying to recruit anyone. And watching this happen in real time is occurring, seeing people gravitate toward you, hearing people speak positively about you, witnessing opportunities open up for you. And with each observation, regret deepens, because being an ally could have happened, being a supporter could have happened, being on the right side of this could have happened. Instead, opposition got chosen, and now being on the outside looking in is reality. An energetic exchange was taking place. The approach happened carrying negative energy, heavy energy, dense energy, energy weighed down by jealousy, insecurity and judgment. You met that heavy energy with light energy, elevated energy, peaceful energy, energy that's been refined through inner work and spiritual practice. And here's what happens when light meets darkness. Darkness doesn't overcome light. Light exposes darkness. Light reveals what's really there. Your energy was so much higher that it created an obvious contrast. Everyone could feel it even if articulation couldn't happen. The discomfort people felt watching this interaction wasn't just social awkwardness. It was the energetic mismatch between someone operating from fear and someone operating from love, between someone controlled by ego and someone centered in spirit. The thought was pulling you down to that level. That's what people operating from low frequency always think. The belief is, if emotional reaction can just happen, if triggering can just occur, if composure can just be lost, then winning will have happened. Then proof will exist that you're not really as evolved as you appear. But you didn't take the bait. You stayed at your frequency. You refused to lower your vibration to match. And that refusal was the most powerful response you could have given, because it proved you're not easily moved, you're not easily shaken, you're grounded in something deeper than temporary emotions. The energy you carry now is even stronger than before, because you proved it in the fire. You demonstrated that your peace isn't just something you have when everything's going well, it's something you maintain even when you're under attack. That's real power, that's authentic strength. That's the kind of energy that changes rooms when you walk in. Everyone who witnessed this interaction learned something valuable. Learning happened that grace wins, that composure is power, that matching someone's energy to defeat an attack doesn't have to happen, that staying centered is more effective than getting defensive. Some people needed to see this because fighting battles the wrong way has been happening. Meeting aggression with aggression has been occurring. Matching insults with insults has been the pattern. Operating under the belief that fighting fire with fire is necessary has been the mode. You showed a different way. You showed that water can be more effective than fire, that softness can be stronger than hardness, that grace can be more powerful than force. Others needed to see this because intimidation by people who talk loud and act bold has been happening. Shrinking in the presence of aggressive personalities has been occurring. Letting bullies win because knowing how to respond didn't exist. You showed that bullies lose power when refusal to be intimidated happens. That loud doesn't mean strong. That aggressive doesn't mean right. That trying to humble someone often reveals who really needs humbling. Still others needed to see this because being on the fence about you was reality. Things had been heard, questions existed, what to believe wasn't sure. Your response to this attack answered all questions. Your character got seen when it mattered most. Your true nature under pressure got witnessed, and what got seen convinced. You're the real deal, you're authentic, you're solid, you're someone worth knowing and supporting. Something shifted inside you during that confrontation that you might not have fully recognized yet. The version of you that existed before that moment is not the same version that exists now. You evolved in real time. You leveled up while everyone was watching. Before this happened, you might have had some doubt about your growth. You might have questioned whether all that inner work really made a difference. You might have wondered if you could actually maintain your peace when truly tested. Now you know, you have evidence. You have proof that can never be taken away. Your confidence isn't based on theory anymore. It's based on lived experience. You faced someone who came for you with intention to diminish you, and you didn't just survive it, you transcended it. You turned an attack into an opportunity to showcase who you've become. This is the kind of confidence that's unshakable because it's been tested and proven. You're not hoping you can handle pressure. You know you can because you did. You're not wondering if your growth is real. You've demonstrated that it is. You're not questioning your ability to stay centered. You've shown yourself capable. The person you were before this moment might have felt some anxiety about confrontation, might have rehearsed responses in case someone came at you, might have worried about how you'd handle public challenges. That person doesn't exist anymore. You've been upgraded. You've been refined in the fire. You've emerged stronger and more certain of yourself, and this certainty changes everything going forward. You'll walk into rooms differently now. You'll speak with more authority. You'll set boundaries with more ease. You'll navigate conflict with more grace, because you've proven to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. When you demonstrate grace under pressure, when you show composure during conflict, when you prove your emotional intelligence in real time, you're not just protecting your peace, you're advertising your value. High-level people were watching. Decision makers, gatekeepers, opportunity holders, people with resources and connections and platforms. Your carrying of self got seen, mental notes got taken. Decisions about your future are being made right now based on what got witnessed, because here's what understanding exists that others don't have. How you handle adversity predicts how you'll handle success. How you respond to disrespect indicates how you'll navigate high-stakes negotiations. How you maintain your composure when attacked reveals how you'll perform under pressure in business. New opportunities are coming. Not might be coming, are coming. Job offers, business proposals, partnerships, collaborations, investments, platforms. Doors that were closed are opening. Conversations that weren't happening are starting. Money that was blocked is flowing. You're about to see the material rewards of your spiritual growth, the financial benefits of your emotional maturity, the monetary value of your character development. Because the universe doesn't just reward you with peace and joy, it rewards you with provision and abundance. For some of you, this is a promotion. For others, it's a complete career change. For others, it's a business opportunity you weren't expecting. For others, it's money coming from an unexpected source. The common understanding is this: your breakthrough is connected to your composure during that moment of attempted humbling. The divine guardian of financial abundance energy is activating in your life right now, not just as a concept, but as a reality. Abundance is finding you, wealth is chasing you, prosperity is seeking you out. Because you've proven you can handle it without losing yourself. You're moving into new territory, literally for some, metaphorically for all. The places you're going don't look like where you've been. The rooms you're entering don't feel like where you came from. The people you're meeting don't remind you of who you left behind. This is virgin territory for you. New environments where your energy is appreciated from the start, where your gifts are recognized immediately, where your value is honored without question, where your presence is celebrated rather than tolerated. You're taking your charm, your allure, your grace, your power to places that have been prepared for you, spaces that were waiting for someone exactly like you to walk through the door, opportunities that have your name on them, connections that were divinely orchestrated. Some of you are literally relocating, new city, new state, new country. You're taking everything you've learned and everything you've become to a place where it will be received with open arms, where people have been praying for someone like you to show up. Others are moving metaphorically into new career spaces, new industries, new income brackets, new circles of influence, new levels of visibility and impact. The landscape of your life is changing completely. This move is your reward for passing the test, for maintaining your composure, for staying in your power, for refusing to be diminished. You've graduated from the old and you're being promoted to the new, and in this new land you get to relax more, have fun more, be yourself more fully, express your creativity without restriction. wear what you want, say what you mean, move how you feel, because these are your people, this is your tribe, this is where you belong. The old environment required you to shrink to fit. The new environment invites you to expand to fill. The old space made you prove yourself constantly. The new space recognizes your value automatically. The old crowd questioned your worth. The new crowd celebrates your worth. This is the upgrade. This is the elevation. This is what happens when you pass the test. You don't just survive the attack, you get promoted past it. Somebody tried to humble you and instantly regretted it, but now you understand the full story, the complete picture, the deeper meaning behind what appeared to be a simple confrontation. You're the enchanting starlet who put someone in a trance with your grace, the divine guardian whose financial blessings are now accelerating, the master of emotions who stayed centered while chaos swirled, the chosen one who flipped a humbling attempt into a humiliation for the attacker. Respect for self got lost, respect in the eyes of others got lost, dignity got lost, trying to take yours. Meanwhile, you gained respect, you gained new opportunities, you gained confirmation of your growth, you gained access to new levels. This moment was a rite of passage, a graduation ceremony, a public demonstration that you're not who you used to be, that you've evolved beyond the old patterns, that you've mastered the lesson, that you're ready for what comes next. And what comes next? New beginnings, new territory, new opportunities, new wealth, new respect, new levels of peace, joy, creativity, and freedom. Everything you've been working toward is now available to you because you proved you can handle it. You look beautiful walking into your future. You carry yourself with a grace that's magnetic. You operate with a confidence that's unshakable. You move with a power that's undeniable. You're the enchanting starlet who knows exactly who you are, who knows exactly what you carry, who knows exactly where you're going. The person who tried to humble you did you a favor without meaning to. The situation got created that allowed you to demonstrate your evolution. The test got provided that confirmed your readiness. The villain role got played in a story that ends with your victory. You didn't need to fight for your vindication. The universe handled it. You didn't need to defend your character. Your grace spoke louder than accusations. You didn't need to prove your worth. Your composure demonstrated it beyond question. Now you walk forward into everything that's been prepared for you, with divine protection surrounding you, with financial blessings pursuing you, with new opportunities presenting themselves to you, with respect following you wherever you go. This is your moment. This is your season. This is your time. The attempt to humble you became the catalyst for your elevation. The attack against you became evidence of your protection. The situation that could have broken you instead proved how unbreakable you really are. You're stepping into new land, taking your charm and allure to new places, meeting new people who recognize your value immediately, accessing new levels of abundance and opportunity, living the life you've been preparing for through all those nights of inner work, the enchanting starlet of charm and allure, the divine guardian of financial abundance, the master of emotions, the graceful warrior, the protected chosen one. That's who you are. That's who you've always been. But now the whole world knows it. Someone tried to humble you. Instant regret happened. Respect for self got lost while you gained it from everyone watching. Shrinking happened while you expanded. Falling happened while you rose. Failure happened while you passed. And now you walk forward into your destiny with your head high, your heart full, your spirit strong, and your future bright. Because when you're chosen, protected, and operating in purpose, nobody can stop what's coming for you. Trying can happen. Plotting can happen, attacking can happen, but only ending up humbling self while elevating you will occur. Welcome to your new beginning. Welcome to your new level. Welcome to the life that's been waiting for you to be ready to receive it. You're ready now, and everything is about to change.